So what makes you angry? What makes you angry? Ponder that for a second. Think in your mind about something or some things that make you angry. I'll tell you that what makes me angry is when Jesus says really difficult things. Okay, maybe it doesn't make me angry, but it certainly makes life difficult for preachers. Well, you probably know that each Sunday, the scripture readings we hear are appointed from the lectionary. That is, they are readings pre-selected years ago by a bunch of smart people who prayerfully concluded what books and chapters and verses we would hear on what particular Sunday. And most of the time, that works out really well. We get a variety of stories from the Old Testament and the New Testament, including wonderful stories and teachings from Jesus. It's just that every once in a while, like today, we get some teaching by Jesus that would be a lot easier to just skip over. But instead, these difficult words end up right in the middle of our worship. Now, let me confess that the appointed gospel reading for today was actually a slightly longer section from Matthew that also included topics like adultery and divorce and oaths. But I really wanted to focus on this section about anger. After all, it's tough enough with its talk of judgment and the hell of fire. But before we get into that, let me lighten the mood a little bit with a little story. There was once a little boy whose mom and dad called him to come to the table for dinner. Sit down, it's time for dinner. But the little boy was too busy doing something else, and he wouldn't come and sit. So the mom and dad said even more sternly, "Come and sit at the table." And still that little boy didn't come. "Sit!" shouted the mom and dad. But that little boy just wouldn't listen, so he got himself a spanking. Then he came to the table and sat down. And he said, oh so defiantly, "I may be sitting on the outside, but on the inside I'm still standing up." That kind of sums up the difficulty of Jesus' words, doesn't it? It's the struggle of not just doing the right thing on the outside, but doing the right thing on the inside, too. It's what Jesus means when he talks about murder and anger. You've heard it said, "You shall not commit murder." We know that's one of the 10 Commandments, and we know we are pretty good at keeping that one. But Jesus says, not so fast. So you haven't been murdering. Well, I tell you, if you get angry with someone, you are liable for judgment. If you get angry, it's like you have committed murder, Jesus is suggesting. So go and be reconciled to anyone whom you have a conflict with. These are tough words from Jesus, aren't they? But he's sharing them with good reason. First of all, Jesus is exposing the arrogance of our own self-righteousness. You see, just because we haven't committed the big sins, broken the big commandments, that doesn't make us perfect or blameless. So you haven't committed murder, great, but what is in our hearts? You may be sitting on the inside, but what's going on inside, Jesus is saying. And second, Jesus is teaching us what God's commandments are truly about. God doesn't just give us all these rules so we can follow them. The law of God is meant to orient our hearts and our very lives toward God. Listening to God, obeying God is meant to draw us closer to God, deepen our reliance on God. So think about what this means when it comes to anger. Some of the things we get angry about are little things, unserious things. And then some of the reasons for our anger are big things, troubling things. But whatever the reason, God does not want us to be angry or to stay angry. Jesus says our anger is akin to the dreadfulness of murder, and so we know God would prefer us to resist and to strive against anger. To resist and strive against anger, well, that's a spiritual practice. It takes effort, and it takes God's guidance, and God's grace, and God's forgiveness. And when we rely on God for those things, our relationship with the Lord is strengthened, and our hearts are turned more and more toward God. I wonder how we might apply these challenging words of Jesus about anger to our current political climate. As we know, there's lots of anger out there. People are angry at politicians, angry at each other, angry at the anger. Could we hear Jesus' words about anger as a challenge to be at peace? As a call to think before we speak, to see the good in others, and to encourage those we know to use their words and their emotions faithfully. I think we know what God would prefer of us inside and outside. We know, and so we do our best to live accordingly some of the time. But we also know we will fall short. We will fail miserably, and we will continue to be guilty of the kinds of sins that Jesus says makes us liable for judgment. But Jesus says something else in these verses that gives us hope. Do not think I have come to abolish the law, Jesus said. I have come not to abolish, but to fulfill. So Jesus didn't come to do away with God's challenging demands on us. In fact, here Jesus expands them, calling us to a deeper righteousness. And yet Jesus knows we will fall short. So he does for us what we cannot do ourselves. He fulfills the law. Jesus follows through, meets its demands to the end. In order to fulfill the law, to live for God from the heart, Jesus took upon himself the anger of the world. Jesus was betrayed by friends and murdered by human hands. Jesus went to the cross so that all could be fulfilled, all accomplished. We can't fulfill the law, so Jesus does, suffering and dying for our sake, so that we can receive his righteousness, so that God will judge us not according to what we did right, but according to Jesus our Lord. Things make us angry. Temptations draw us away from God. Sin corrupts our hearts so that they are not always eager to love God and seek his will for our lives. But the mercy and forgiveness of God renews and refreshes us to continue the challenging life Jesus sets before us. So if you are angry today, give this anger to the Lord. If you are worried about the anger and the angst of those around you, be God's agent of reconciliation and peace. And if you are weighed down by the burdens of God's commands, come to this table. Stand and receive the body and blood of him who has fulfilled the law and all righteousness